Welcome to Bedtime Stories for Night Owls. Tonight's story is Maddened by Mystery, or The Defective Detective by Stephen Leacock. The great detective sat in his office. He wore a long green gown and half a dozen secret badges pinned to the outside of it. 3 or 4 pairs of false whiskers hung on a whisker stand beside him. Goggles, blue spectacles, and motor glasses lay within easy reach. He could completely disguise himself at a second's notice. Half a bucket of cocaine and a dipper stood on a chair at his elbow. His face was absolutely impenetrable. A pile of cryptograms lay on the desk. The great detective hastily tore them open one after the other, solved them, and threw them down the cryptogram chute at his side. There was a rap at the door. The great detective hurriedly wrapped himself in a pink domino, adjusted a pair of false black whiskers, and cried, "Come in!" His secretary entered. "Ha," said the detective. "It's you." He laid aside his disguise. "Sir," said the young man in intense excitement, "a mystery has been committed." "Ha," said the great detective, his eye kindling. "Is it such as to completely baffle the police of the entire continent?" "They are so completely baffled with it," said the secretary, "that their line collapsed in heaps. Many of them have committed suicide." "So," said the detective, "and is the mystery one that is absolutely unparalleled in the whole recorded annals of the London police?" "It is." "And I suppose," said the detective, "that it involves names which you would scarcely dare to breathe, at least without first using some kind of atomizer or throat gargle?" "Exactly." "And it is connected, I presume, with the highest diplomatic consequences, so that if we fail to solve it, England will be at war with the whole world in 16 minutes? His secretary, still quivering with excitement, again answered yes. "And finally," said the great detective, "I presume that it was committed in broad daylight, in some such place as the entrance of the Bank of England, or in the cloakroom of the House of Commons, and under the very eyes of the police?" "Those," said the secretary, "are the very conditions of the mystery." "Good," said the great detective. "Now wrap yourself in this disguise, put on these brown whiskers, and tell me what it is." The secretary wrapped himself in a blue domino with lace insertions. Then, bending over, he whispered in the ear of the great detective, "The Prince of Württemberg has been kidnapped."